I'm going to be honest with everyone, being that most people have really not been tuning into the playthrough. I'm going to try to move on to other stuff relatively soon. And not to say that I'm not enjoying myself in the game, but I can certainly understand why some people may not be too interested in it. I mean, number one, it's another Far Cry game that literally follows the same formula as the previous two, without guns. So, it's pretty much the same. It's kind of funny because I have to say Far Cry Primal, at least in my opinion, seems to fit the formula for this kind of gameplay the most. The problem, I think, is the game has basically been released 4 times. First there was Far Cry 3, then there was Far Cry 4, then there was Far Cry Blood Dragon, right? Well, actually, Blood Dragon, now I can't even remember if Blood Dragon was for 3 or 4. I know it was an expansion. I don't even remember. But it's basically all the same formula.
And when you're doing the same thing over and over and over, either it's going to be, riveting because it's something that's, like, addictive and fun, or it could be quite the opposite. So, I can understand. I can certainly understand why this game did not get over. It's funny, I'm using wrestling terms. It didn't get over with my viewing audience this week. Here's the funny part. All last week, I did my marathon of Street Fighter V. Okay? That's all I played last week. During that week, tons of people unsubscribed from DSP Gaming. A lot of people complain, too many fighting game videos, too much stuff coming out with fighting games. Cannot wait for Phil to finish with fighting games and get back to his other stuff. That's what I heard from a large group of people last week. So the week ended, I announced that's it for fighting games, we're going to go back to the normal stuff, and no one really cared. The games that came out, Plants vs. Zombies, I think is one of the most fun games I've played in a while. I love the game, just like I love Part 1, I love Part 2. They really expanded upon it with 6 new characters, new game modes, all kinds of stuff to explore and have fun. I did a co-op stream with my girlfriend Leanna yesterday in the game. Loved it. And, unfortunately my viewing audience doesn't really care. Not to say the game's bad, right? Just, apparently it's not riveting. It's not something that's gripping people. It's funny because, I swear, sometimes things that I love, people don't like to watch, and then vice versa. Like, I'll be honest, last year, 2015, one of the biggest things that I did that got very popular and everyone loved was Until Dawn. And not to say I didn't like the game, but I had no clue that game was going to catch on and people would like to watch my playthrough of it. Like, I approached it as a game that I didn't do much research on at all. Didn't know much about it. Played it blind. Just did my own thing. Improv, commentary, whatever. Had fun with it. And by the end of the week, people were going crazy for this playthrough. They're like, this is one of the best things Phil's ever done. Tons of views. Very popular. Now we have a week where it's like 2 games. Far Cry. I liked the previous 2 Far Cry games, right? Plants vs. Zombies. Loved the original. I'm playing them. I'm loving them. So I'm having crazy fun with these 2 games. And no one really cares. It kind of sucks because what am I going to do? I don't have much else to do right now. I could easily go back to Street Fighter, but the thing is, I'm kind of already engrossed in these playthroughs. Far Cry Primal, I've played over 10 hours already. I'm not going to just drop the damn thing. I have to do what I can. It's funny, because here we are, we're about to start a gameplay stream. And typically for a new game, even several days after, you get decent attendance. We got very low attendance on the stream today, too. I guess people just don't care about this, Oh, well. I kind of shrug, and I'm like, well, I gotta keep moving forward.
Nothing I can do about it. You got 3 more days left of February to pledge to my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil. I'm going to be honest with everyone here. I'm a little worried because I've not seen any pledge activity in a while. And it's fine. I mean, there's tons of people who are pledged already who have, like, recurring pledges. So certainly it's not that I'm like, no one's pledging. That's not the case at all. But we haven't seen any new pledgees in a while, and we have not hit the goal for the month. There were a few people who did larger pledges last month, and they reduced their pledges for this month, and we're short. I tweeted about this last night. At least from what the the page is showing me, and which is not 100% accurate. It says we're $55 short of the goal. Okay, now, in a year's time, this is actually the 1-year anniversary of me doing Patreon. We have always hit the goal. Every month. We've hit the goal, and we've had the goal reward, reached. And I'm wondering what's going on. I don't know if it's just because there's nothing going on right now with gaming this week, so people aren't really tuning in. And so they don't really care about Patreon either. But, you know, this is a big part of my business. This is a reason that I'm still able to do this full time. And, you know, it really is the reason that, you know, I'm still able to do daily streams, do these videos. The reason that I'm doing this 3-channel formula this year and people are liking the increase in vlogging and the edited videos. So it's a big part of my business and I need the support.